planning to do a Saitama challenge. So for those who are unaware, Saitama challenge is based off the One Punch Man anime. And then Saitama challenge is basically a 10 km run, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 squats for a set duration. So it is quite a physically and mentally draining challenge itself. And then why am I recording this? I think for two main purposes: to see how I can tahan through this journey itself, and then also just see whether the Saitama challenge is actually helpful. Because most people, especially on YouTube, have said that it's quite pointless to actually do 10 km run for so many days without resting. But anyway, let's just see how things will go. And then today is significant because today it's 23rd July. Why? It's day 8 after my second dose itself. And then yeah, I'm free to do exercises. Another thing is my 23rd birthday. So as you know, Saitama itself is 22-year-old. So I want to see how can you do this for 40 days. And then just nice after 40 days itself is when school starts itself. Yeah, so join me on this journey.
Today is 11th August, and then it's also the day 20 of Saitama Challenge, which marks the halfway mark. And yes, today is the first day of more than 20 days whereby the run got interrupted due to wet weather or lightning winds. So at the 5 km mark, the lightning winds, even though today's weather is relatively bright and hot, thankfully there's a sheltered area to actually finish the rest of the run.
Today is 20th August and day 29 of Saitama Challenge. I've just completed my statics and about to head for a run. Today will be different. Won't be running around the neighborhood or any repeated routes like the tracks. We'll be headed for TAP to utilize this voucher.
Hey, thanks Eddie.
No worries, thank you.
That's nice 8 km run, then rain.
So today's date is 2nd September and I've officially completed my 40-day Saitama challenge as of 31st August 2021. I'll be sharing with you my rationale, the challenges I've faced along the way, as well as encouragement based on the experience I had through this Saitama challenge. So, for one, I don't think there will ever be another opportunity to have this much free time. The fact that you need to complete your 10 km and statics every day, and even if you think you're very fit, I think you need to cater about 1.5 hours. For myself, at the start, I told myself I wanted to just complete this run. Then after a while, I realized that I could complete within 1 hour, even though there were some days I couldn't. So it was about 1 hour-ish, and about 15 to 20 minutes for the statics. So yeah, that adds up about 1.5 hours every single day. And so to really see myself through this physical and mentally grueling challenge, I think something that when I look back, I'll be proud of myself. And so I think you are at your current age only once. I think it's good to try to do something that excites you. Of course, best if it's something that's legal. I mean, you can do something that's illegal, but do not get caught. Yeah, so do something that excites you so that future you will be proud of yourself for doing. And me being an avid fan of sports, I think it's something that really take me through even as I grow old. It's something that I feel that, hey, I can tell people around me like, hey, I've done this before. And it's something that I can really be proud of. Yeah. So to move on from this, I talk about challenges. First thing first, it's definitely very painful physically. So definitely one thing you have to do is icing. Always ice. It's so underrated. A lot of people think because you're young, you don't need to stretch, you need to ice. It's really important to ice. Then another thing is also to wear certain physical aids. It's like a knee guard. I think I was only wearing it for 1 or 2 days, which is good because this means that your joints are not over reliant on these kind of aids. And also importantly, like a cold spray. So these 3 things were the main thing that alleviated the pain that I had, especially with my knees, my left knee, and my right Achilles. Yeah, so I was also doing this challenge for juggling with a full-time job as a fitness instructor at Force 21 and also a part-timer at Brewworks. So during this challenge, right, there were times whereby I had to do 2 to up to 4 PT sessions a day. So the other challenge was trying to find the right time to run. Yeah, and then sometimes I had to do it between PT sessions. So like if 2:30 to about 3:15, 3:30-ish, that's my third PT, I had to tell myself, oh, I have to run between 3:30 to 4:30, and 4:30 was the fourth PT. And I had to force myself to complete the run within that 1 hour because I knew I might not have time to do it at night due to other commitments, you know. So yeah, there were some days like that. There were some days I had to run 1+, which was really quite crazy. The heat, you know, even though you're running under the shelter, but the heat is, wow, it's so bad. Then another thing was also sometimes running early, like if on Sundays, if I had work from the evening, this means that I needed to do it way early, like before my church service. So that was something that I had to sacrifice, sleeping in during the weekends to really complete this challenge. And I thank my family and friends for really pushing me sometimes to wake me up early to do runs with me. And I remember there was this one Saturday we did it wee hours in the night or early morning. Yeah, it was basically 1 a.m. It was a 1 a.m. run at the canal, so we run back and forth. Yeah, and that was with my bro who doesn't usually exercise in the form of runs. He will do statics, but to see him run with me, that was really encouraging. That was something that needed to push myself because that was around the midway mark. And I think another challenge, in case you guys didn't realize, was that August was a rainy season. So there are many days whereby I had to figure out based on the forecast or based on just looking at the sky how things were going to be, and I'd be like, oh, if I don't run now, I wouldn't have time to run again after that. So sometimes it's really just that window, you know, you have to run, and then you don't run really, then you really cannot complete it the rest of the day because it will be totally wet. And I can also remember day 40, right? A really close friend of mine, we ran together at 6:30, and then after the 8 km mark, right, it started raining so heavily. And I know before the run, I was like, no, I was like telling my friend, if Cat 1 we just stop and in the end there was still Cat 1, but we just like really just piang through and finish up. Yeah, because it was really like the last stretch. You would just need to complete 2 km more. Yeah, something important is that none of my 10 km runs through these 40 days were like broken. It's like you needed to complete the 10 km throughout. So that's something that I think I was proud of myself as well for doing it. And then to talk about the next thing is that the physical pain, right? I had to run with 4 different shoes. This was the most recent one, and I got it during National Day. If not, there was also this. and of course the military ones. And it's important to note that whenever you're doing runs, do not wear shoes that are undersized, because it would really affect your foot and cause a lot of blisters and unnecessary pains, especially if you're doing long runs. And the reason why I got this Ultra Boost in the end was because, look at this. With the PTs I had to do with at Force 21, I knew I had to get a good, comfortable one. And yeah, this really helped me create a personal best of 47 plus minutes. I know it isn't fast for those who are avid runners or crossers, but I think for me it is really a huge step up. Yeah, so for those who are unaware, I actually broke my right femur 2.5 years ago, March 2019. So it was really only then I started to focus on running, because the physio said it was good. And that's when I started emphasizing on it a lot and kept running. And then, yeah, I think running is a good way to really switch off and then think positive thoughts or throw away negative thoughts. Yes, so I would say I'm really good at it, but at least I don't hate it. So I will continue doing it. Yeah. And another thing I would like to encourage people is to really exercise, because no matter what your baseline is right now, it is important to get your physical health right. It affects a lot of things, including your mental health. So start somewhere, make realistic goals. You don't need to be running 10 km from the very beginning. I think I managed to do it because I'm a fitness instructor. I sort of know where my threshold is. Then I know there's also another Singaporean YouTuber who shared about his Saitama experience. He started to do at level 5, so it's 5 km, 50, 50, 50 to a certain point. Then he leveled up to the level 10 eventually. So you could do that for yourself as well. In fact, you could do any challenge for yourself. It need not be Saitama challenge, So it's to really understand why physical health is important and to really start somewhere. It need not be running at all. It can also be something simple as spin, even though I'm not a fan of spin class myself. It could be any form of weight training. It's always about hitting the next PR, I'm a fan of Garmin, and I really like their quote or their slogan, to really beat yesterday. It's not to beat yourself up, but to really know how you can improve every step of the way. And for me, I think it's important to share about this, because exercise was something that really got me through my injury. I think my church family and my army friends could attest to this so much. I was really filled with negativity and really doubted God during my 3 months after I got injured. And it really took a lot of people to really come together, encouraging one another, encouraging me to get by that period of time. So me being in a better position right now, I hope to encourage all of you that whether it's physical health or trying to accomplish the next goal in mind, is to really keep pushing on. You really never know what you are capable of doing. So if there were any regrets during the Saitama challenge, I guess it would be for a fact that there were some friends who wanted to run together, but for various reasons, our schedules just couldn't match up. And I found that a pity, because for challenges like this, it really be nice to do it as a community, because you really push one another. Yeah. And if you have any recommendations on challenges like this, feel free to let me know through the comment section or private message. I'll be more than happy to know. And if you found this video inspiring or helpful, please leave a like and share. Thank you.